All right, it's time to deliver the mail. Ugh, shame. Look at all these weeds growing next to my fence. Look at all. Ugh. The thing is, I don't see any dandelions growing in my yard, which is kind of ironic. They're all hiding because I'm calling them out. Ugly bush. Ugly bush is kind of like the crown jewel of the ugliness of the yard of the Picker Palace. Now I'm going to take a short walk around the neighborhood. I'm going to stop and hopefully put this in a mailbox just down the street in the most beautifully manicured lawn in the neighborhood. I mean, I walk around these blocks, I run around these blocks, I drag my kids around these blocks. My neighbors here to my left have an amazing, beautiful yard. There is no doubt that my yard is the ugly bush of the bunch. And there's certain people in life that probably shouldn't be homeowners. You know, I'm a guy that lives in my head. And anybody that knows me truly knows that's true. So it doesn't really matter what my house looks like. What matters to me is what's going on up here and what's going on in here. And speaking of what's going on in here, I'm wearing Aunt Sue's scrubs today. I'm going to be on a mission of mercy with my mom, taking that good-for-nothing cat to the veterinarian as soon as I'm done delivering Tracy the mail. So I am so surprised that nobody at my workplace has complained about my choice of work attire. We have to wear scrubs to work now. It's just kind of part of the deal. But I thought for sure that someone with the heart the size of a split pea was going to complain about my Mrgrrr scrubs and say, hey, that's not appropriate. You can't wear that. You need to take that off. So happy to be wrong about that because my Aunt Sue made me this. You know, she's a breast cancer survivor. Basically, every woman in my mom's side of my family has dealt with the terrible tragedy of breast cancer. And so far, everybody is a survivor. My mom's a survivor. Well, Grandma Alice kind of timed out with ripe old age, but she did not pass away due to breast cancer. My Aunt Sue, my Aunt Mary, my cousin Nikki, everybody it's just kind of part of the genetic code. So the neighbor lady that I'm taking this pink envelope to put so much pride in her yard, and when I talked to her last, she was bald like me, and she was so proud of that. Like, she's a Marine mom, as tough as they come. You can tell she's the hardest working person in the neighborhood, and she's the type of person that would do anything for anybody. And well, I want to give her a get well card. That just seems to be like the right thing to do. Now, I'm coming up on her land. I'm not going to videotape it, but you know what? There's an American flag flying on her property, and every time I see that, when I'm running by or walking by, it always gives me a little bit of extra gas to get to the finish line. Tracy, Semper Fi.